I'm Dr. Jayne Gardner. I am founder and owner of the Gardner Institute, a mindset spiritual coach training school. Today on this broadcast, I would like to share with you what spiritual coaching really means. I've been asked that question so much when we talk about having a spiritual coach training school. People want to know what that even means. I think when about 3 years ago, we started labeling our type of coaching as spiritual. And the coaching community kind of went crazy with, what is that? Is it even coaching? Is it religion? That sort of thing. And so we had some controversy about it. And in the midst of that controversy, though, I came to some clarity about really what spiritual training, coach training was all about. No, it's not a religion, to answer that question, but what is it? And I realized that what I was doing is I was creating a whole new genre of coach training, that there was no one else out there doing this. So of course, like anything that's a new invention, it was suspect. It seemed odd. It seemed strange. So today I'd like to clarify for you and make it really obvious what spiritual coach training is all about. So I want to talk to you about two different worlds that we live in. And I'm hoping this analogy will help you. So and I even thought about this when I was a little kid. I thought, okay, there's two different worlds. There's the material world over here of things, okay, here's a book. You can see it and hold it. Here's some water, a glass of water. Here's an iPhone. It's the material world of what we can see that actually our mind says, I can see it, hold it, touch it, feel it. So it's real. Okay, so that's the material world. But what I realized very early in life is there's another whole world over here, and it's what I call a spiritual world. And what I mean by spiritual is not anything to do with angels or spirit guides or anything like that. All I'm talking about is what we in our head are thinking about and feeling. Those two words kind of summarize to me what your spiritual world is all about. It's what am I thinking about? What am I feeling? So what we looked into is what if you just kind of ignored the material world in coaching and only coached from the depth of your thoughts and feelings? What if you coached from changing thoughts and feelings instead of trying to change material things? So we start at the same place everybody in the coach training school starts. What is your goal? And we help people clarify what their material goal is. For example, maybe someone comes to me and wants to make more money. That's something you can hold in your hand and touch. They may want to lose 30 pounds, which we can weigh and determine. It's real. We really did that. Okay? Or maybe they want to get healthier. We can still determine how healthy they are and measure whether they end up improving at the end of coaching. So we start with very material specific goals, and we have our clients set those goals. Here's how we're different though, because in order to make those goals come true, let's say a client comes to me and wants to make $1 million, okay? And so we work in the spiritual realm with your thoughts and feelings to achieve the $1 million. Other coaches might just stay in the material world and say things like this. Go talk to your boss and see if you can get a raise, or see if you can find another job out there. And they might challenge you to go out into the world and network more, meet more people. And all of this is in the material world. How do you make more money in the material world? And that's what we would coach on in a traditional coach training school. We would be working on helping motivate you to change your behavior so that you can make more money. Maybe more time management, work harder, maybe you're working too hard and you need to slow down. Maybe you need to set more boundaries. That's traditional coaching, Okay, now let's look at what spiritual coaching would involve. If someone's trying to make $1 million, here's what we would do. And we have a process that helps you change the brain, because we look at what are the beliefs that you have accumulated over the years that would keep you from making money. For example, maybe you think you're not the type to be rich. Maybe you learned as a little kid that maybe your parents said you're just an average kid. Don't expect to be famous and rich. Maybe you have that somewhere, hidden in that spiritual world of yours. Maybe you're holding on to grudges to people that have money. Maybe you're competitive, resentful of them. That is going to block you from making the $1 million. So we work on changing your belief system, helping you let go of the negative emotions. And we have specific techniques that we use to help you change your brain. Now, science teaches us that what happens in the spiritual world is all creation starts here. Even if you think about a book in the material world, somebody had to think up the size, the color. So every creation starts in the spiritual world. So I began to think, why don't we coach from the spiritual world, and how much more powerful and effective? And if we really help people change their belief system, then we have sustainable change, where people that can then go out and create whatever they want after they learn our process of how to change the brain. We're science-based because we base how to change the brain on neuroscience. We have, I study it. If you look at all these books around my library, I love the brain. I love to study how it works. And so through the last 20, 30 years of my career, I've studied the brain and how people's brain changes. And I've compiled the laws of how neuroscience works into a process teaching you how to change your brain into a more expanded version of who you are, where you have beliefs in there that say, I can do anything. I can create all the money I want. I am worth being a multimillionaire. I am deserving of all the good things in life. I like who I am. I'm a good person. I am good enough. It's all those beliefs that sometimes we get as children and we don't even know are nestled inside our head, but they're what hold us back from creating just the life we want. So all of our work and how we teach coaches how to coach is from the spiritual world, from thoughts and feelings and what's going on when you sit and think about who you are. We help you do that. Now, that's why we can say that we help you make changes at the cellular level. We say that our coaching is vertically very deep because we help you adjust and balance out your right hemisphere of the brain with the left hemisphere of the brain. And therefore, you come to the creation of your goals with a steadiness, a healthiness of being able to think clearly. We help you integrate at a horizontal level in the brain, and we help you integrate at a vertical level. We help you learn how to manage your emotions so that the thinking brain and the feeling brain are balanced. That helps you keep your thoughts in your logical head about what it is you want to create and not get off into your emotional world when emotions are destructive. So you see, we coach from a whole different place, but we get to the same goal. We help you get to a very material goal of what you want changed out in the, quote, real world. But we coach from what might be called an unreal world of your thoughts and feelings, because you can't touch them, you can't hold them, you can't even prove exactly what they are. So we take you back and help you figure out what your belief system is, your unconscious beliefs. And then we have a rewire process that we teach you how to do so that you can change your brain. It is truly remarkable. We have people that just rave about our process. I hope that you want to take it. I hope that you want to become a spiritually based coach, because our spirituality, now don't forget, is underlaced with science. So we have a science-based spiritual coach training company. I hope that some of the things I've told you have helped you understand what spiritual coaching is. Maybe even understand and learn some about what you can do with your brain. I hope that you've learned something from this broadcast, but I hope it's really the beginning of a conversation with you. So contact us, get on our website and ask us more questions, and find us by email and let us know what you're still wondering about spiritual coach training. I'd love to visit with you about it.